As you listen to the story, you'll feel the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, your heartbeat will quicken, your mind will race, and you won't be able to escape it. Even after the story ends, you'll find yourself lying awake in bed eyes, wide open, staring at the shadows in your room, wondering if something is watching you. Before we begin, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and like this video. It was something darker, something so wrong that even now my heartbeat increases when I replay it in my head. I want you to do something. Hit that subscribe button and like this video. Now dim the lights, close your door, and really listen. What's around you? We were high school seniors, just two girls trying to squeeze in one last adventure before college changed everything. It was 2021, a weekend trip to visit my grandmother, a couple of hours away in Georgia. No big deal, but the ride back, that's where things spiraled. There's something eerie about driving through tiny, forgotten towns. The kind with cracked roads, boarded up diners, and rusted gas pumps. That whispers stories no one tells out loud. Places where cell signals die and help is miles away. We thought we were just passing through. We were wrong. The sky bleeding orange as we cruised down an empty back road, flanked by endless cotton fields. Not a house, not a soul, just silence and dust. That's when we noticed the gas tank blinking. Almost empty, panic set in no gas. No signal, no towns. For miles so. When a faded sign for a gas station appeared, we turned in immediately. It looked like something out of a horror movie. One tiny building with shattered windows, a rusted roof, and two pumps that looked more decorative than functional. There were no other cars, no noise, no movement. The convenience store was dimly lit inside. I didn't want to leave my best friend alone in the car. Everything about the place screamed, don't split up. So I paid at the pump and started fueling. We weren't alone anymore. Out of nowhere, a car crept in, no headlights, no sound. It rolled up to the opposite side of the pump like it had been waiting for us. My stomach tightened. An older man stepped out, maybe late 50s, wearing worn jeans, tattered flannel, and eyes that didn't blink at first. He pretended to pump gas, but his body language was off, too calm, too calculated. Then, slowly, he circled around the pump. Toward us, I gripped the nozzle tighter. He leaned in close, too close, then smiled. Not. He asked pretty girls, like you. Shouldn't be doing this alone. Something inside me screamed. I put myself between him and the open door, heart racing. Thinking of how quickly things could go wrong. No thanks, we're fine. I said, I forced a smile of light. But firm, but he didn't back off, he laughed. A low, dry sound. Then he stepped even closer and said, let a man help you, baby. You shouldn't be out here all alone. He placed his hand over mine right on the gas pump. It wasn't just creepy. It was calculated, controlling my entire body reacted. I yanked my hand away and slammed the car door shut so fast. My fingers nearly caught. I wasn't thinking, just reacting. He could have shoved me aside. He could have climbed in. My best friend was inside. I looked him straight in the eye. Sir, step away from my car now. And that's when his whole expression shifted. His smile died, his head tilted like a predator. calculating its prey. He didn't say another word, just stared silent at me. Jumped to the car and peeled out of that station like my life depended on it, because maybe it did. As I sped down that lonely road, adrenaline burning in my veins, I checked my rear view. Just stood there, watching, and then I noticed something else. His pump was still untouched. He hadn't even opened it. That's when the real horror hit me like a punch to the chest. He never came for gas. Came for us, my friend was trembling pale, barely speaking. She whispered, probably would have just let him do it. I didn't want to be rude. That broke me, because I realized just how easily we could have vanished, two girls. One gas station and no one around to hear a scream. That man wasn't random. He had waited. Watch chosen. And we barely escaped a few years past. I moved out of my parents' house and into a small apartment in a quiet rural town 3 hours away. My gas light came on again, just a block from my apartment. I pulled into the local station. It was well lit, clean, nothing suspicious. Until I passed him a man on a recumbent bike, slow eyes locked on me. I brushed it off. Just a local, right? I mean, what could a guy on a bicycle do? But I had felt that chill before. As I stepped into the store, I held the door for him. Out of habit, he walked in behind me, made eye contact that lasted way too long, intense, focused like he was memorizing me. Still, I told myself I was being dramatic. He wandered off into the snack aisle. I paid the clerk and headed back outside. That's when I felt it again. That hair-raising jolt in your spine, that feeling that something behind you has teeth. I turned there. He was standing in the shadows between pumps, watching me. He hadn't bought anything. He hadn't moved, just stared. I rushed back inside to get my change, hoping he'd disappear. He wanted me to know he was still there. I panicked. Didn't speak, just started wandering the aisles, pretending to care about chips I wasn't going to buy. Time crawled. Minutes felt like hours. I kept peeking around shelves. Still there. Still watching. 15 minutes passed, no sign of him. I thought maybe I had outweighted him, so I made the mistake of walking out as soon as I stepped outside. I heard the door behind me slam open. I turned. He was there again. I ran fumbling with my keys, dropping my change, heart racing. He rushed to his bike, like he was ready to follow. I jumped in my car and sped off, but the dread didn't leave because my car stood out. Bright red, out of state plates. I'd only lived in town a month. I barely knew the roads. He could follow me, find me. What if he did? I didn't go home. I drove around, heart thudding like a drum, turn after turn, hoping to lose him. I parked across the street from my apartment, but even that felt unsafe. What if he knocked on my window? What if he waited until I was alone again? I drove another 20 minutes. Finally, I found a police station. I parked, locked the doors, and just sat there until an officer approached. They never found him, never even looked for him, but I still see him. He rides down Main Street on that recumbent bike, always slow, always watching, and every time I see him, that same icy fear crawls up my spine, because now I know. Some monsters don't hide in the woods, some ride bike, and they don't forget you. Don't just watch, become part of the horror family by smashing that subscribe button right now. We drop terrifying bedtime horror stories, and trust me, the nightmares are only getting darker. Your support means everything. It helps keep these twisted tales coming, and it tells us you want more. Leave a comment sharing your thoughts or creepy experiences, and subscribe to join thousands of other night owls who come here to be scared before sleep. And hey, don't stop here. Head over to the rest of our channel for even more terrifying stories. You here tonight, you haven't subscribed yet. What are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button now and join the growing community of horror lovers who dare to listen in the dark. Don't miss out. New nightmares drop, and each one is more chilling than the last to those who already subscribed. Thank you for being part of this haunted journey. Your support keeps the fear alive. The next story is with